I still remember my high school graduation. During my high school graduation, I had read a speech, and after the speech, people came up to congratulate me. There was a lot of kind words. They gave me flowers, gifts, and cards. There were many cards, and one card in particular stood out to me. And the card simply read, "You sound like a journalist." At the time, I didn't know what it meant, so I thanked the person, the woman who gave me the card, and I put it away. Years down the road, looking back, I realized that the woman who handed me the card saw something in me that I didn't know about myself. A voice meant to connect, to clarify, to inform. A teacher's voice, long before I even knew what that meant or had the confidence to claim it. And it made me wonder whether the words have shaped how I see myself. Because words, whether they're written or they're spoken or whether they come from you or somebody else, they have the power to define us if we're not paying attention. Today, I want to talk about the hidden power of words and how language, the language we use, can shape how we see ourselves. Pay close attention because you may not realize the stories that you're telling yourself based on the words you use. So I want to talk about 3 ways language shapes who you believe you are. Number 1, the labels we accept become our limits. Think about how many times in your life somebody called you something and you believed it. Shy, sensitive, not too much, not enough, difficult. Those labels often become ceilings over who we allow ourselves to become. But here's the truth. Those labels have more to do with the person who said them than about you, because you get to decide which label you want to carry forward versus which label you want to leave behind. Growing up, I felt like my words didn't matter. I would want to say something, but somehow I would feel as though the words would get stuck in my throat. I would sit quietly, I would observe, I would listen, but that was about it. I didn't say much. When we moved to America, things got even harder. Coming from the Caribbean, I spoke French and Caribbean English, so my accent made me feel out of place. Not only did I experience culture shock when I came to America, but also language shock in a major way. I had come from a French-speaking system and coming to an American-speaking system. Although I spoke English growing up, it was a different English, of course. So when I went to college, my college experience was very challenging, very, very challenging, because there was a difference in the emphasis in certain words, difference in the word order, difference in the comprehension, difference in just the overall aspect of the language. The structure of the language itself was different. So in class discussion, I would sit in class and I would listen to other students speak because I was too shy or too afraid to be myself. Okay. I was too shy, too afraid to participate because I felt self-conscious. I didn't have any confidence in myself. My self-worth was shattered because I just didn't believe in myself, sitting in that classroom. I would watch other students speak with such ease. And I would wonder, how can I become this person? How can I speak with such ease like I do now? Yes. And so I had a lot of anxiety when it was my turn to speak. I would get up, I would share something, but it was usually a few words because I didn't want the attention on me. Didn't want the attention. And if I happened to look at somebody and they were looking at me right away, I would think they're thinking something bad about me. They're thinking she's stupid. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Speak English already. Those type of things is what I was thinking about. Also with the language, there's certain sound that doesn't exist in English. For example, the TH pronunciation, like you have the name Thomas, Thoms. Well, Thomas is pronounced Thomas, well, in American English, but the TH sound does not exist in French. So things like thank you, thank, there's no TH sound in French that we have. Even my name is spelled THE. E with an accent, M-A, it's pronounced Tama. So there's no th sound that comes from that. Okay, so yes, so that was my experience and many other ones which I will be talking about here. There were times when I was misunderstood. There were times when I was corrected. There were times when I was told to say things differently. And so I became even quieter. But the thing about words is that they never really go away. They wait. They wait for the moment when you're ready to speak them. Years later, writing my memoir gave those words a place to live. And then coaching gave them a purpose. Today I use my voice not just for myself, but for the woman who has ever felt silenced. For the woman who was told your words were too much or not enough. For the woman who's learning to say what she means and mean what she said. Because words have power. And when you reclaim your voice, you make room for others to do the same. Now, we've talked about words, but let's also talk about name. A name is a word. A name is the first thing that we're given when we first step into the world. The power of words, especially names, is deeply tied to identity, belonging, and destiny. What does naming someone after another person evoke? When someone is named after another person, it can feel like you're carrying their torch. You're honoring them. You're continuing their story, their legacy. There's a story in the Bible about Rachel. I believe it's in the book of Genesis 35, where Rachel is dying during childbirth. And she gave her son the name Ben-Oni. Ben-Oni means son of sorrow. However, his father Jacob changed his name to Benjamin. Benjamin means son of my strength, or something like that, I believe. Now, why would his father change his name to Benjamin, son of my strength? Okay, because this gave the boy a more hopeful, more honorable future versus one that is tied to his mother's death. A name keeps a person's value and memories alive. It inspires the child to live up to those qualities. It connects them to family and cultural roots. It can also bring pressure to meet certain expectations. If we take, for example, George W. Bush, he was the president of the United States at one point, and his father was also a president of the United States as well. So he was given the name of his father, which his father was a president. In turn, he also became a president. So here's a question I would like for you to ponder on. Do you know why you were given your name? And how does your name feel to you? Is it a challenge? Is it a mystery? Is it a gift? Number 2, your self-talk train your brain what to believe. The way you speak about yourself matters. Every time you say things like, I can't, I'm not good at, I'll never, your brain takes that as fact. I hear women say things like, I'm not good at public speaking, I am not creative, I am not good with money. And every time they say that, they're reinforcing that belief. Words create pathways in your mind, so the more you walk them, the more permanent they become. Your brain listens to what you tell it. Every word becomes a seed. So you want to start listening to your self-talk. Are you planting seeds of possibility or doubt? Number 3, cultural language shapes what we think is possible. The language of your culture, of your family, of your community carries hidden expectations. Maybe you grew up hearing things like, don't get too big for your britches, or be grateful for what you have, or we don't talk about our feelings. I grew up hearing things like, we don't have it, or we don't have any money. And so this shaped how small I allow myself to dream for years. But here's what I want you to remember. Those are just stories written by other people. And you have the power to rewrite them. So here's what I want to ask you right now. What words have you been carrying that don't belong to you anymore? What labels or phrases have you outgrown? And what's one empowering word that you would like to start speaking over yourself instead? Take a moment, even pause this video if you have to, and write them down. So just to recap, the labels we accept can become our limits, but we have the power to choose differently. Our self-talk trains our brain what to believe. So speak possibility, not doubt. And the language of our culture does not have to define what's possible for us. The words you choose about yourself and about your life matter more than you know. You can start rewriting your story right now, one word at a time. And if this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe and stay connected. Your words have power. Use them to build the person that you're meant to become. Sur ce, on se dit à la prochaine. On that note, we'll see you soon.